Hi guys, some of you asked me some questions about pastel pencil drawing, so here's a video about the materials I use and some useful tips in drawing using pastel pencils. For the materials, I'm using Faber-Castell. I really love their products, but just a disclaimer, I haven't used any other brand of pastel pencils, so I don't have anything to compare them to. But I'm using this for a few years now and I don't have any complaints. Before every drawing session, I make sure that my pencils are sharpened and clean. This is very important for the pigment to stick easily onto the paper. If the tip of the pencil is not pointy enough, the tendency is to put a lot of pressure while drawing, which would eventually flatten the tooth of the paper. So if the texture of the paper is gone, no pigment will eventually stick onto it. Next, we have the paper. I'm using this one from Clairefontaine. This types of paper is especially designed for pastel drawings. As you can see, they have a rough texture where the pigment from the pastel pencils would grab onto. You should also find sketch pads with these covers so your drawing will be protected from smudging or any pigment from falling off. Or you can also just tape a tracing paper or acid-free paper on top of your drawings. Lastly, the eraser. You can use a regular one, but in my experience, this kneaded eraser works best when drawing with pastel pencils. It takes off the pigments from the paper easily so you don't end up damaging the paper when erasing. It's also super flexible so you can shape it in whichever way you like. And if it gets dirty, you can just reshape it and it will work like a brand new one again. And now we can start the drawing. I will be using an easel because I am so used to drawing and painting vertically, but you can of course just draw on top of your table. Start with the larger shapes first because those are the easiest to measure and draw. And in order to get the right values, make sure that you are using a good reference photo. The photo must be clear enough to see the distinction between the lights and the shadows. It is also important to choose a photo with a single light source. That way, you will not be confused on where the light is actually coming from. Do not use those pictures that are heavily photoshopped or have unnatural lightings because they are very hard to translate into a drawing or painting later. Do not blend too many colors. It is best to have a maximum of 3 colors on top of one another. Blending too many colors will make your drawings look muddy, and blending too much or putting too much pressure onto the paper will make the drawing look flat. So prevent yourself from blending too much to make your drawings look more interesting. This will also make it easier to erase or correct any mistake later.